What is up, car addicts? In this video, we talk about this week's Triple Money Event Week, as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for November 5th, to November 11th, 2020. The current casino podium vehicle is the Vapid Car 4x4. This vehicle is primarily based on the second generation Ford F-150 Raptor. It released about a year ago with a casino DLC update and normally costs about $875,000. Now, performance-wise, this truck is in the off-roads class, and of course, it won't be beat by the BF400 on most off-road races. However, there are a lot of off-road tracks that have deep water sections that force you to use a large truck, and the Car 4x4 is definitely a good choice alongside the Camacho and the trophy truck. So for those of you who maybe paid full price for the Car 4x4 and are angry about it being in the podium, you can still take the one you originally purchased and sell it for roughly $700,000 depending on your upgrades. Again, to avoid confusion, please note that what you get for the vehicle depends on what you paid for it. The podium vehicle will not sell for any money. I'm specifically referring to the car that you paid full price for. So, is the Car 4x4 worth attempting to win by spinning the lucky wheel over and over this week? I'm going to say 100% yes. It's not the multi-million-dollar supercars that we're used to, but it's still a pretty expensive vehicle nonetheless, and worth spending some time to get for free from the podium. So, starting off with the property discounts, we have 40% off the motorcycle clubhouses, which is awesome. However, we don't have any discounts on the upgrades or renovations for them, which is really surprising. Usually they give us a discount on the upgrades or renovations for that property to go along with it, but not this time, I guess. And lastly, we have 40% off the biker businesses, which is really, really good. And I'll explain why you should consider investing in biker businesses this week later on in the video if you don't have any as of yet. Moving on to the vehicle discounts, we have 40% off the Vapid FMJ. Now this car is in the supercars class and is one of the better looking supercars in the class in my opinion. It's a pretty quick car with decent handling, but nowhere near the top cars in the class performance wise. Obviously a ton of new supercars have come out. This vehicle is pretty old at this point. Moving on to the Southern San Andreas website, we have 30% off the Vagrant. So the Vagrant is in the off-roads class. It is a very quick vehicle. It is also pretty good at off-roading. The only thing I don't like about it is the intense amount of understeer at low speeds, which really ruins the driving experience for me. Next up, we have 40% off the Trophy Truck, which is one of the best all-around off-roading vehicles in the game. It truly is a very good vehicle that I highly recommend purchasing. And lastly, for this website, we have 40% off the Desert Raid. Another good vehicle, very similar to the Trophy Truck, that actually off-roads slightly better at low speeds because of the extra clearance. However, the Trophy Truck is ultimately a little faster, making it the better choice. Moving on to the Warstock website, we have 30% off the Thruster. Now this jetpack is pretty fun to own and to throw the Oppressor Mark IIs with it, as you just fly fast in a straight line and the homing missiles can't kill you, which is pretty funny. Please keep in mind that you need to own a facility in order to purchase the Thruster. Moving on, we have 30% off the Barrage, which is interesting. This vehicle cannot be used in races and is very bad at off-roading in general, in my opinion, as it's very top-heavy and its suspension travel is basically non-existent. You go over a bump and it's like, it's not that great. You're also very open and more likely to get shot out of it since it doesn't have any windows or normal doors. Not the greatest vehicle. There are a lot better ones out there in my opinion, like the Insurgent Pickup Custom for example. And lastly, we have 40% off the Ramp Buggy, one of the most fun vehicles to mess around with in GTA in my opinion. I absolutely love this thing. For those of you who don't know, the Ramp Buggy used to only be able to ramp a certain amount of vehicles before it started smoking and eventually blew up, which was quite annoying. But about 2 years ago, Rockstar actually made it to where it can now ramp an unlimited amount of cars without taking any internal damage, which is awesome. So you can go around the entire map 100 times if you want, wrapping every single car you see, and it will not smoke or catch fire or nothing. It's very, very fun vehicle for sure. Keep in mind they need to own a special vehicle warehouse in order to buy it. And that's it for vehicle discounts. A pretty good variety of discounts for this week. I think Rockstar did a pretty good job picking the vehicles. As far as login items, you can get the Skulls livery for your Thruster for free just for logging in this week, which is quite random, a livery on the Thruster, but I guess the livery is pretty cool. As far as weapon discounts, all the normal handguns are free this week, which is pretty nice. Moving on to the triple money stuff, we have triple money NRP on the target assault modes. These are pretty fun with friends, especially for those of you who have very precise aim on the turrets of vehicles. It's very fun for sure. As far as double money, we have double money NRP on free mode events, which is nice. We had this recently as well, but I guess more free mode event double money is nice. Definitely makes it a lot more engaging to do these normally, since the normal payouts aren't really that great. And lastly, the best for last, we have double money NRP on the biker businesses, which is absolutely insane. These usually make a ton of money. With double money, you can earn millions and millions of dollars this week. And combine this with the fact that the motorcycle clubhouses and businesses are 40% off, as I mentioned earlier, this makes it the best time to get into the motorcycle club businesses if you don't have one already. Moving on to the Prime Gaming discounts for Prime Gaming members only. I'll leave instructions in the pinned comment on how to become a Prime Gaming member if you aren't one already. For some reason they are a little delayed today and I can't show them, but they are there. You can see Tez Fun's tweet as well confirming that. So we have 80% off the Emperor ETR1. This car has some of the best handling in the game while also having a very good exhaust note in my opinion. However, the customization is not very good with only a couple options, and it just lacks the raw power and straight line speed to be able to keep up with the top supercars. It has the handling, it just lacks the acceleration and straight line speed. But at this price, this is still a very good deal for this car in my opinion. Next up, we have 70% off the Starling, which is awesome. This glider is one of my favorites to troll jets during dogfights, and every time they try to strafe me, just rocket away. It's a very fun aircraft for sure. Keep in mind you need to own a hangar in order to buy it. And lastly, for Prime Gaming, we have 100% off the Vespucci Canals nightclub, making it absolutely free. Again, for like the 5th week, but I mean, I guess kind of cool. Also, don't forget that just for logging in this week as a Prime Gaming member, you'll get a free $200,000, which is pretty cool. Again, guys, if you don't see a discount on the ETR1, the Starling, or the free Vespucci Canals nightclub, it's because you don't have your Prime Gaming account linked to your social club. Again, all the information on how to do that is down below in the pinned comment. And lastly, we have, of course, the RC Bandito time trial, Little Soul Park. This week's normal time trial is up Chiliad. I highly recommend either the Hakuchu Drag, Shotaro, or the Batty 801 for that time trial. And this week's premium race is the supercar race taking off. I highly recommend either the Emerus, Krieger, or the Vest 8 for this race. Every Friday I post a guide on how to easily beat the time trials and premium race, so stay tuned for that if you're new. Anyways guys, hope this was helpful. This event week is pretty good in terms of discounts, pretty good variety, a lot of off-road vehicles and some weaponized ones as well. And the bonus money is pretty good this week, especially with the double money on that biker business, which can make you guys a ton of money with a combination of the properties for that on sale as well. So when you pretty much have the whole setup ready on discount with double money as well for the business itself, which is very good. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.